If you're ready to start virtually wholesaling, get your first virtual wholesaling deal, maybe your 50th virtual wholesaling deal, and if you are ready to just start wholesaling houses from your laptop, your computer, your phone, whatever it is, this is going to be the complete video for you. In today's full tutorial, live stream, video, whatever, presentation, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to just lay out the exact blueprint of how to go from what is virtual wholesaling to locking up your first deal and wholesaling it with a good title company with absolutely no stress, no problems. I'm going to give you my scripts. I'm going to give you the entire process, because when you guys come back to me and say, Zach, I'm having trouble in virtual wholesaling, I'm going to say, hey, come back to this, and you're going to see exactly step by step the entire virtual wholesaling game of how you can actually start getting your first wholesaling deal when you're doing virtual wholesaling, or heck, even just if you're locally wholesaling, just add an extra virtual market. I promise you, it's an extra 20, 30, 40 grand a year. You can just add into your business by doing this. But guys, it's completely true though. Okay. You do not need to wholesale in your local market. If you have a bad local market, right? You're New York City, LA, New York, right? You probably don't need a wholesale locally, right? You need to go somewhere virtual. And what I wanted to show you today is how to find really a good virtual wholesaling market and how you can actually go out here and do well, right? I want you to understand this. You don't feel like you're stuck where you're at, because you can go anywhere. Like, we have actually a decent population of people watching this that wholesale outside the United States, and they do deals, right? So a big population. We actually have Africa is a huge one. Like, I mean, Canada has the most virtual wholesalers by far, but Africa, Mexico, and then Eastern Europe has a lot of virtual wholesalers, and they're actually all doing deals. Like, it happens all the stinking time. Guys, especially like in the United States, a lot of my people getting these wholesaling real estate deals, they're out of the country, right? They're either in South America, they are in the Philippines usually, or sometimes in India. That's really more for data scraping. They're not in the United States. And I could frankly say they're probably doing most of the grunt work in my wholesaling real estate operation. So if that can be done like that, you can easily wholesale outside of the United States, or just, heck, if you live in the United States, you'd be fine. Okay. So you can 100% wholesale houses on your computer and earn checks. Real, like, just honestly, the easy way. Like, there's really an easy way and a hard way to virtually wholesale houses, finding the best markets, finding the worst markets, right? All these things. And in my true opinion, a lot of you guys are playing on hard mode for this, and it's really not as complicated as it really seems. So I'm just going to show you how you go on your computer, earn checks, and how to do it. So first and foremost, how do I get started? How do I start virtually wholesaling houses, right? I feel like we need to first lay out kind of lay it out, right? And this is something I'm not going to dive into too much, because I truly believe it's up to you. I only have one rule for this, but the biggest one's like, what virtual wholesaling market should I get? Like, should I do San Diego? Should I do San Bernardino? Should I do San Antonio, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando? Like, where should I virtually wholesale, right? And I was getting this question asked all the time, even today, looking at my DMs. And really, the honest truth is, the best virtual wholesaling market is the one that everyone really doesn't talk about, but it has some parameters, right? So in wholesaling real estate, it's the art of finding somebody who wants to sell the property. You write up a contract for it, and then you sell that contract to a rich landlord or house flipper, usually for a finder's fee. You might make $5,000 for a finder's fee on that. You might make 10, 15, 20, 50,000. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like, you can make tens of thousands of dollars. And heck, I've made $100,000 deals before. You've seen on the YouTube channel. Wholesaling real estate, especially virtual wholesaling, can change your life. But if you know how to completely implement the right market, it can be a big game changer. So honestly, I'm not going to get too much into the best market, because you can virtually wholesale any market theoretically, right? The one thing you have to understand, the one thing you kind of need to kind of put in your head is, we have customers, and these are our cash buyers. And so usually the more population an area has, the more customers or the more cash buyers there are. And what I've personally found is, when the home prices are way too high, you just can't get wholesaling deals, right? So virtual wholesaling real estate is this teeter-totter, okay? It's like, okay, I want to get a lot of really good deals, but also there's areas you get a ton of deals and there's no one wanting to buy them, right? So it's like me trying to sell, like, I don't know. Like if I go out here and try to open up a Cambodian restaurant in Texas where there's only 2,000 people living there, it's going to be, I mean, it's not going to be well, right? Like all the Cambodians are going to want to go eat there, but like there's going to be barely like any customers there, right? Because there's not many Cambodians in that area. So it's too niched out, right? Yeah, you might have the best restaurant in the world, but like no one's going to drive all the way in the middle of nowhere just to go get that restaurant, right? You might have the best pizza restaurant in all of rural Texas. No one's going to care. It's better to just have a mediocre pizza restaurant in like Dallas that like at least has some like better than average, because that'll do well, right? So what you have to truly understand here is it's a teeter-totter. So like to get really good discounted properties, you're going to have to find areas that aren't too expensive, right? So for example, I personally find in virtual wholesaling, you want to be below 400,000 for the median home price. How do you find the median home price? You just go to Zillow and you just search, Dallas, Texas median home price, and it'll pop up, especially for the county, right? And so once you understand that, we're like, okay, so I want to stay below 400,000 for the county. So that's easy. And I also want to make sure the population of the county is at least above 100,000. So my two rules here is you want to make sure that the median home price for the county is below 400,000, but you also want to make sure the population of the county is above 100,000. At least some customers. If you can get some customers and some really good deals, you'll do well, right? I mean, that's like if you're opening a hamburger shop, I want you to have at least 15,000 people living in the city. That's enough people wanting to buy hamburgers every day, right? For you to get some busy people coming in, right? You don't want to be the person that like, oh, I have the best burgers in the world, but no one wants to buy them because the burgers suck or there's just not enough people there. It's not enough people. You can have the best ice cream shop in Alaska and you ain't going to sell much, okay? Unless it's outside in the summer, okay? It's hilarious, but like you don't, okay? Yeah, I ain't going to sell ice to a Eskimo. Like it's stupid. But if I go to a place where it's hot out there, you would do really well. You just got to understand that curve. Nobody in virtual wholesaling talks about it. Nobody on YouTube talks about it. But you can grasp that concept. A lot of these things I'm going to talk about right now honestly become cakework. Like it's simple. You can be in the wrong market. It could ruin everything. You have the best list, the best strategies, the best script. If you have the wrong market, you're going to suck. And 99.99999% of people in the wrong market are outside of that criteria I said. It's insane. Everybody that picks the wrong market and they have a deal they can't sell magically, it's because it's outside that criteria. Median home price below 400,000, county population above 100. If you're in that little median home, you can sell any wholesaling deal. But nobody wants to have a conversation about that. It's the honest truth. So let's talk about this. If we're in the right market, and I feel like you guys go to freewholesaling.com, you understand this. So we're like the market, I think we get it. How do I get the top list to get started in wholesaling real estate, right? If I'm virtually wholesaling, what are the top markets for me to actually do well here, right? I've personally found in virtual wholesaling real estate, you can't drive for dollars. You can't reverse drive for dollars. You can virtually drive for dollars, but like there's better strategies out here to get a deal. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to go do virtual driving for dollars. It's great. I like it, but I truly believe there's better strategies. And so a lot of people think when I say virtual wholesaling, it's like cold call government list. That's all I say. That's all you have to do, right? That's the only thing Zach makes me do. No, there's other strategies, right? I'm going to keep it simple today because every guru that's trying to pitch you a course, they're trying to get you to do this crazy complicated PPC $4,000 a month thing for virtual wholesale. Like that's not what you should be doing. Like you got no money on your computer. That's probably why you're watching this. You want to get some wholesaling deals, right? And the people that I help train to get there, they're not dropping $4,000 or $5,000 a month for this. They're not doing that. All right, just FYI. They don't need to. And that's the cool part. So let's talk about the top list to get started. So number one, this is going to be the code violations. Now, a code violation is basically a list of people that are behind with the code for the city or county. So most likely, this is going to be somebody that has tall grass, structural damage to property, mold or mildew, something like that. This is a list you get for free from the code enforcement department. I love it. You go to freewholesaling.com and break down exactly how to pull this list. This is a great list starting out where most people can get it. That costs no money at all. The next one here is going to be the tax liens list. Pretty simple. This is a list of people that are not paying their property taxes. probably because they can't afford to pay the tax, which means they might want to get rid of the property for cash and hopefully for a discount so we can get under contract and then sell that deal for some money. That's the point here, right? We want to actually use the tax liens and we can market to that list and it works really well, right? Next one here, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tax liens, you can pull that from the county's clerk of the court website. There's a lien list you can actually pull it from there. It works really well. So tax liens, definitely write that down. Think about it, right? Number 3 here is going to be the probates. I've said probates time and time again. A lot of people they roll their eyes when they hear me talk about probates, but y'all don't roll your eyes when there's $40,000, $50,000 deals. People hop on here, Zach, I made 40 grand on a probate. You're actually right. Oh, you're rolling your eyes now? When I show you $100,000 deals I do on the vlogs, are you rolling your eyes there? Not yet. You're rolling your dang eyes. I say probates because that makes people a ton of stupid, stinking money. And that's why I preach about it so much. Yeah, of course, probates are a difficult list to get on average if you compare them to other lists. But because it's more difficult, the reward is insane. That's the point. More risk, more difficulty, more reward. It's like any video game out here. So that's why I tell everyone to pull the probates. These are people that passed away. You're talking to the heirs of the property. So if grandma died, you're talking to the grandson or the son or daughter. And you say, hey, looking to sell the property? And most of them don't want to sell the house. So that is the harsh reality of wholesaling real estate that no one's going to tell you. Most of them do not want to sell the property. They're going to say no. But guess what? After talking to 30 or 40 of them, you're going to get one yes. You meet them at the house. You get under contract. You make 30 grand. Boom. You keep it up. Are you going to let the nose make you cry about it? No, of course not. You're just going to get into it and make some money. That is the point here, guys and gals. Probates are great. I love the probates. If you are not doing the probates, either you have a knowledge issue or you have a motivation issue. I would say you probably have a motivation issue, not a knowledge issue, because all the knowledge is at freewholesaling.com, my free wholesaling course. So FYI, freewholesaling.com, FREEWHOLESALING.com. You go there, show you how to do it, right? Next here, I absolutely love this list for virtual wholesaling, especially when you're kind of, you're using some paid lists, right? You're bumping up the volume a lot more, right? This is going to be the high equity stacked lists. So this is going to be a list on like listrei.com where you can get properties that have high equity. So what is equity, right? Equity is just basically a calculation of what somebody owes on a property versus what it's worth. So if the property is estimated to be worth $200,000 and there is a $80,000 mortgage, there is roughly, values are hearsay sometimes, but like I minus off 200 grand from the 120. Yeah, no. So if $80,000 owed, that's $120,000 in equity. $120,000 in the equity divided by the 200 will show a percentage on that. And that's kind of basically how you get an equity percent on there. So high equity, so people that have maybe over 50% equity, 60% equity or above, I prefer 60% equity, honestly, for a lot of these deals. If you find those people and then it's called the stacked list. So I get the high equity right here. And I stack another motivating factor on that. These are a great list for calling, texting, whatever you want to do. So basically, I get the high equities, and then I'll stack a tax lien on it. Maybe I'll stack a probate. Maybe all the high equities that are going up to auction soon for a pre-foreclosure. These are great lists right now for you to stack and actually get a lot of good wholesaling deals. So high equity stacked is a great one. Next here are the classic pre-foreclosures. I do not like cold calling this list, but I would say that this is a great list for anyone out here that just wants to get in front of motivated sellers. They're sick of people not wanting to sell the property. This is a good list. There's a lot of urgency with these people. They're losing their house in the next 30, 60, sometimes 90 days. And this is a great list to get in front of these people that are in a tough situation. If you like doing creative financing deals, there's another great one too. If you like wholesaling deals, right? It's a great one. There is a lot of denial on this one. You have to understand the pre-foreclosure process. I have about an hour presentation inside of freewholesaling.com, really doing the entire pre-foreclosure from like start to finish, the entire thing. I would recommend everybody goes there. I hate, you probably need a full hour of me explaining it for you to truly understand it, because your seller is going to be in the situation. They're going to be like, hey, Zach, like, how can I get out of this? Or like, how can you help me out? And you're going to have to kind of understand the process. I have visual graphics. I'm a very big visual learner and all these. So you just go to freewholesaling.com. You go in there too, right? But You go do the pre-foreclosures, costs no money. You can go to the public records, go to list pendants or the notice of default section. Sometimes they're called pre-nods. There's a lot of terms. I'm not trying to get all fancy for you guys here, but it's a great list to be going after. Most people don't like going after them for some reason. I don't know. I'm just telling you, you have to go and actually pull these lists. If you don't do it, you won't do well. It drives me crazy. But I'm telling you, if you go out here and actually pull this list, you'll do well. That's all I'm saying. You just got to do it. Remember, is it a motivation issue or a knowledge issue? I can fix the knowledge issue. The motivation issue, you got to think about it to yourself, like why you're having that issue, right? Next here is the water shutoff list. I could just go for like 4 hours right now of like lists that will give you wholesaling deals. Okay, I'm giving you some of my top ones. Obviously, there's more than one you can be going after, right? But this is a list of people that had their water shut off due to non-payment. They're not paying the water bill. There's no water running the house. You probably want to get rid of the house. You probably want to sell it. I love the water shutoff list. And for that example, you just go to the water department or the utility department and ask for a list of all the people that aren't paying their water and it got shut off due to non-payment. Pretty simple how to pull that list. I mean, I don't think it's that complicated, but you go there, I show you in freehousing.com how to do it, and you get a bunch of lists. And once you get these lists, we want to start calling, texting, you send direct mail. Like you do a million things, but like you just want to get their phone number. And the best way to get their phone number is through a process we call skip tracing. Now, again, what is skip tracing? Skip tracing used to be a detective term, actually, of finding somebody's whereabouts, right? Oh, crazy, right? Basically, if I get a list of people that have their water shut off due to non-payment, they probably want to get rid of the property for cash. The best way I can tell you to find someone's phone number is just using a website, right? So you can pay for a list like this. Usually it's around 10, 12, sometimes 15 cents a record to get somebody's phone number, which just get expensive. You got thousands and thousands of leads. Like I get it. Like it gets expensive. There are websites like truepeoplesearch.com. Love truepeoplesearch.com. It's a website. You get anyone's phone number basically for free. It's about 55 to 65% accurate. Depends what you want to do on there. It's a great way to do it. I do want everyone to just make a quick announcement. We are in the next month or two doing a big announcement on skip tracing. We're working on something in the works that is going to be 3 to 4 times more accurate than truepeoplesearch.com. That literally is free. It's very exciting. So make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. You subscribe to the Flip with Rick YouTube channel and the Rick and YouTube channel. You do not want to miss that announcement. In the next month or two, it's coming out. TruePeopleSearch.com. It's going to be no more after 3 or 4 months. We can't announce it right now. We're still in the testing of it, but it will be to the people for free, obviously. So let me know in the comments if that's something you want. I don't want to tease anyone there, but just give me FYI. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you ain't going to get that stuff, and you're going to miss out. And then your competition is going to do well. Just saying. But for now, TruePeopleSearch.com. You can pay like PropStream, probably an amazing one. ListREI.com is the 7-day free trial of the PropStream. ZachData.com is batch leads. That's another great one, right? There's a lot of great sources out here to get data. There's a great sources out here, but I would say if you got no money, stick to TruePeopleSearch.com, right? And now we got their phone numbers. We got a list of people associated with this. How do we actually find these deals, right? How do we contact these sellers, right? Getting in contact with them is basically what we call, I mean, it's kind of marketing, but this is called a marketing channel. And so we have a list and then we have a channel, right? Honestly, it's akin to a rod and a reel, right? So if you're fishing and you have a it's a rod and a reel, but also it's basically the rod and reel and a bait. Sorry, I'm getting that confused, but I've been fishing way too much lately. But basically, if you have a rod and reel and you have a bait on the hook, right? If I go fishing right here and I have the best bait in the world, but my rod snaps in half because it's a big fish, I ain't going to catch the fish. On the other hand, I might have the best rod and reel in the world, the most perfect $50,000 one, but I have like really bad bait. The fish ain't going to grab it and ain't going to get the fish. So it's like you want them both to be as good as possible, obviously. But if one's going to suck, the whole thing's not going to work. And so in wholesaling, you could have the best list, the best skip tracing. Heck, you could have the best market. But if one of them not working, it's not going to do well. That's why I'm telling you, you got to get these all right for you to actually have success. But it's really like I have rules. And if you follow the rules, you'll be fine. So when we get in contact with the sellers of the list, how do we do it right? I prefer cold calling. Cold calling is hands down be my favorite. Now I know everyone rolls their eyes. They're like, oh, Zach's doing another cold calling video today. Oh, right. I talk about cold calling a lot. I absolutely love cold calling because it's literally you're using your phone and you're calling people up. Hey, are you looking to sell your property, right? You just call, you get the phone number, boom, call them, you get wholesaling deals, right? I love it. You get better at talking to sellers, you're training, you beat your competition by doing it, and people get very successful by doing it. Now, that's not everyone's cup of tea. I completely get it, right? There's other strategies. And so cold calling is going to be my favorite. At freelisting.com, we teach you how to do it. But really, there's other ones, right? SMS text blasting, a lot of people think it's like you have to pay for it, right? I prefer you pay for it, right? SMSZach.com is hands down the best texting platform ever out here. But you don't have to pay for texting, right? You can actually use your personal cell phone number, Google Voice it. You have multiple Google Voice accounts if you know how to use VPNs and phone numbers the correct way, right? There's ways to hack the system, right? But you can just text on your phone like 5 or 6 an hour for like 10 hours. You get like, if you really want to get creative, you could probably send 50 texts a day for free on just your personal cell phone. Now you got to deal with that problem, obviously, but you can text for free. I'm telling you, 50 a day for times 30, that's what, 1,500? I hope that math's right. That's a lot of text you can put out in a month. And over time, that should lead you to some wholesaling deals. The problem is no one's willing to do that because it's extra work. And when you got to do extra work, you get extra money and you do extra deals, right? So you can text blast sellers. You can just send them texts, see if they want to sell the property. That's a great one. I'm really texting and calling is going to be your best one here. I'm not telling anyone to pull $4,000 a month on Facebook ads. I got no service. I'm trying to sell you on this, right? I don't get paid when you cold call them and do deals, right? One thing I will tell you that is really underrated severely in virtual wholesaling or what we call digital bandit signs. Digital bandit signs are basically I think, so what bandit signs are, right? I'm trying to pretend you don't know anything about virtual wholesaling. Bandit signs are basically those signs you see outside probably when you're driving around town. Before you got into wholesaling, you thought they were butt ugly, right? It said, we buy houses cash, or we buy ugly houses, and it has a phone number on it, right? That's called a bandit sign, right? And because you're like a bandit at the night, you're putting the sign out, right? That's how I made my first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate in high school. Love bandit signs. Problem in virtual wholesaling, I can't go on Albuquerque Avenue and wherever in Houston and put that out because I live in Florida. Like, I can't do that. But what you can do instead is you can put bandit signs out in the digital space on Craigslist, Facebook ads, Facebook groups. Now, you're not running Facebook ads. You're actually putting signs on it. You go to freelisting.com. We break this all down. But you can actually go and make posts on Craigslist and Facebook groups to actually get inbound leads coming into you. It's amazing. You know, we first released it in Flipbook Plus, the Digital Bandit Sign Academy, and then we have some free tutorials on how to do it inside of freelisting.com. Also, here's the cool part. It was really hard to do like 3 or 4 years ago, but with AI, it's simple, right? Obviously, the ad copy takes forever, but AI makes you do it in like 5 seconds. That's why I love it. So digital bandit signs, you actually post them out. If you consistently will do it every single day, you'll actually do really well with it. I would argue the vast majority of people watching this will not at all even do digital bandit signs. I would also probably think that 90% of people watching this have never even put out a digital bandit sign once. If you have, let me know in the comments. But the people, they're not doing it. They hear me say it, but they're not doing it. And so maybe this is your little call. You should do some digital bandit signs. Go to freelisting.com. I'll show you how to do it. You know how much freelisting.com costs? It costs $0. Zero. Freelisting.com, $0. It costs literally nothing, okay? And so this comes back to the next part. You know, how do I close a seller in virtual wholesaling? I go, oh my gosh, what's this process? How do I close a seller, right? Closing a seller is really not as complicated as it seems. So when I'm calling, texting, digital bandit signs, whatever my process is, when I talk to a seller, I usually let them know, hey, my name is Zach. I'm looking to buy a couple more properties for cash in the area. Are you looking to sell your house? Like, pretty simple, right? That's my freelisting.com. It's got my scripts. Like, that's it. So they say, yes, I'm looking to sell my property. And then everyone goes blank. They're like, what do I say next? Right? Oh my gosh, what do I do? Right? It's I hate to tell you, like the guru's got it wrong. Like it's really easy. It's really easy. You just gotta follow my scripts. You're basically an actor at this point. Just I give you the scripts, be the star of the show. Okay. You basically just explain to the seller, right? I get MCTP, talk about their motivation, their condition, time frame, price. I know I'm saying a lot at you right now. In freelisting.com, we really break it down step by step. So I'm assuming you went to freelisting.com, but really you're going to get asked to a point, what's the difference between virtual wholesaling, regular wholesaling, or the phones, right? Really, you got your phone right here, right? So, okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm talking to the seller right here, right? Boop, boop, boop. And now I'm calling the seller, right? Trying to get the deal. And this is the point where people in virtual wholesaling, probably the point you're actually just skip to the video all the way to this point because this is the only point you want to know. What do I say? I'm on the phone and the seller says, okay, just come to my house at 4:00. Most people are like, what? And then they just lose the deal, right? And they're like, oh, the deal just fell through. Oh, this wholesaling thing sucks. No, you suck. Okay, you're just not saying it the right way. So what's the script, right? Someone says, this is the biggest, what if they find out I don't live in this area? I get asked this, guys, why do they do live cold calls in like New Hampshire, North Dakota, and I close deals all day, every day? It's because the way I present myself, the way I say my script, and the way I talk to the seller in the right way will dictate the entire conversation. So let's kind of explain. Someone says, oh, it looks like you're calling from a Florida area code. What's going on, right? I say this, right? Hey, the way our company works is we actually agree on a price up front so we don't waste your time or my time. And then my partner who actually lives in that area is going to go by the house, look at it inside, and really take pictures, inspect the property, make sure it's all good. Now, them going inside of the property, it's really not going to affect the price at all. Don't worry about that. We just want to put eyes on the property. And you have my word, if the property is not as bad as you're saying, like I know it needs some work here and there, but honestly, like as long as the roof's not caving in or anything like that, we can commit to a price. But just FYI, if it does need a lot more work than we thought, I know that tenant, you haven't seen the house in 2 years. I can't guarantee it. Obviously, we've had properties with termites and all these issues, and I can go on forever. But as you know, we have to agree to a price up front because I don't want my people driving hours and hours to this property, just wasting your time and my time. Does that make sense to you? Okay, perfect. And then you get from there, right? And then you have the conversation, you get the offer, my partner's at this, blah, blah, blah. And then basically in freelisting.com, in freelisting.com, I actually have hours of me talking to sellers on the phone. You can see me. But once we agree on a price, this is the biggest issue. Okay. This is something we need a hammer home right now. Okay. This is a problem. This might not be a sexy thing to say, but if Zach Ginn is making a virtual wholesaling video, he has to say this or I will not sleep at night tonight. I will go to bed tonight and I will not sleep knowing I have failed the wholesaling community in virtual wholesaling if I did not say this one fact. So this one fact, first and foremost, is about the contracts, okay, in virtual wholesaling. The contracts in wholesaling is easy. Virtual wholesaling is easy too, but you got to do something the right way. So if you want my scripts, if you want my contracts, what to say, when to say, the entire thing, you actually want to see me talk to these people live. I have a private server inside of freelisting.com. I actually host my own videos inside of freelisting.com. I pay tens of thousands of dollars just to have freelisting.com up every single month with a bandwidth, editors, keeping everything up. It's insane. But the reason why I do that is because I need the people to just learn wholesaling for free. I need to keep this industry up. It saved my life. And I truly believe you should really benefit from that too. And so I'm just being honest with you. No one else wants to create a free wholesaling course. And the problem is they're taking down videos left and right of me talking to sellers live due to privacy issues with first name, last name, property address associated with it. So I have to have a private server with this information, and it is in freelisting.com. So I would recommend you go to freelisting.com for that. But we need to talk about the elephant in the room here. What's my big rule? What is it? All right. So hopefully I grabbed your attention. I had to clap a little bit, get you guys excited because, guys, I have to break your programming in your mind. Every stupid virtual wholesaling guru out here crying about, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, the virtual wholesaling sucks. It's terrible. Or, well, I'm not getting any virtual wholesaling deals. This is exactly why. Let me break down. So It's how you get the contracts done. All right. So what I say, freelosing.com, it's got it all done. So this is how most guru virtual wholesaling tutorials happen. And this is how most virtual wholesalers do it, right? My partner said we can buy the house for 100,000. Oh, you want to sell it for 130? Well, can you do 110? You're at 115. We can do 115,000. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to send you over a contract over email. I'm just going to send it over. You sign it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And I closed the deal. I'm a king guy. Oh yeah. I'm a big man. I closed the deal. Woo! They go to bed. They're high-fiving. They're all gangster. And then the next day, I sent the DocuSign. Well, why isn't it signed? We call the seller. Seller's not answering the dang phone. This is what virtual wholesaling just sucks. I'm going to buy that. You know what? I'm going to buy the guy's $12,000 Facebook ad course. That's going to change my life, right? That's how the virtual wholesaling game is said by 90% of the YouTube out here. Like it's literally built for you to fail. It's built for you to fail. It is ridiculous. And if you just change a little bit of your conversation, just a little bit, you won't have any problems with sellers ghosting you. But every guy says, oh, the deal fell through. The seller ghosted me. Why did the seller ghost you? Because he didn't follow what Zach said. So let me tell you how a gangster closes over the phone. So it's like, okay, right? Now, I'm talking to my partner. He said he has to buy the house for $100,000. You want to sell for what, 130,000? I can't do that. That's way too high. Can you do 110,000? You got to work with me here. Rick will not, he won't even look at 130. He'll scream at me. Trust me. He's not good. He's in a crappy mood today. 115. You know what? If 150, you're really pulling my leg here, John. How about this? If you can agree to 115 today, we can do it. Tomorrow, I can't guarantee that. If you can do it today, we can. Okay, you can? Yes? Okay, so stay on the phone with me, John. What I need to do is, because I got to get this done as soon as possible. It's what time is it? It's 4 o'clock right now. I have to put this in because I know you want to sell this in about 20 days. What we need to do is we have to go bring this to the title company ASAP. They close at 5. So what I'm going to do right now is, what's your email, John? Right. Okay. What I just emailed you is an agreement for us to purchase the property. What I need for you is to sign that, look it over, but sign. I'm just going to stay on the phone with you. If you have any questions, we got to get that signed and I got to send it over to the title company as soon as possible so we get your money in the fastest possible time. Read through it. Okay. Inspection. So inspection period, basically we have a right within that days to, if there is an issue, we can renegotiate the price maybe with you. Maybe we might have to just back out of the deal. Unfortunately, with the inspection period, it's up to our discretion to inspect the property and see if it is what you say. What this basically means is, I know, John, I trust you. You're a man of your word. I'm a man of my word. There are crazy people out here that say their house is perfect, and then we have our guys go out there and it's completely infested with termites, and we would have lost like $50,000 or $60,000 just buying that house. So we have to have at least some period for us to inspect the property. That inspection period is just one day. We're not nickel and diming you here. That's basically what it is. I know that was a big concern for you. Okay. No, that's what it was. Is that okay with you? Oh, good. Awesome. So what we're going to do here is go here. Oh, what line? Okay. Page 3. That's how we do it. And so like the conversation like that goes for like 4 minutes and then they sign. The problem is when your motivated seller just gets sent a contract, you hang up. They read inspection period. They read something like inspection period. What's that? This is fishy. I'm not doing this. And then boom, they ghost the seller. They ghost the wholesaler and the deal's dead. But because I was willing to stay on the phone and answer his objection live while he had it on in front of him, he felt comfortable and he signed the contract. Plus, he's like, oh my God, this Zach guy's like annoying. I gotta get off the phone with him. You know, it's happy hour in 30 minutes. We gotta go, right? So they're like, okay, I'll just sign and get him off the phone, right? That is a huge difference between people that actually close a lot of good virtual wholesaling deals and people that don't. They stay on the phone on DocuSign, Dotloop, whatever the the service it is to get the deal sold. Most wholesalers are not willing to do that. It's honestly really sad. Most wholesalers are not willing to do that. If you are willing to do that, I can tell you that is how you do it. All right. And so, how do I get contracts signed to virtually? We say this a lot on finalizing.com, but there is a website basically called DocuSign, where basically you can just get contracts signed virtually. It's legally binding. It's all great. I love that website. It does cost some money. There are free services. You can look up how to do it in other ways. DocuSign's hands down one of my favorite ones on there. And that's how you get a lot of the contracts signed. So DocuSign's a great one. It's really simple. And we show you exactly how to do the contracts and everything at finalizing.com. Now, the next part here, this is where people get a little stressed out. And honestly, they get stressed out because I feel like they don't understand the process. And once you understand the process, it actually gets a lot easier. So let's talk about this. The next part here is basically getting the pictures, right? So it's a big part of contention in virtual wholesaling, right? It's getting the pictures done, right? Honestly, there's really, what is it? It's like 5 or 6 ways to get pictures of a house if you have money or don't have money. I hate to break it to you, but you're going to have to get some pictures of the house so you can actually show it to a potential cash buyer. And what I've personally found is it's got to be just one of these. All right. So what is it, right? Basically, you can get your cash buyer if you trust them to go out, take pictures of the house for you. It's iffy, right? I mean, you gotta have a lot of trust in the cash buyer, but it is an option. Okay. Now, the next one is you can pay somebody on Facebook to go out here and just take pictures of the house. You do run a risk of them, maybe if they're another wholesaler trying to steal your deal. Most of the time, they're not. They're fine. But Facebook, Craigslist, that is a way to do it. Unfortunately, that does cost money. Cash buyer thing does not cost money too. You can pay a realtor or have a realtor go walk through with a cash buyer. And you say, hey, you'll be the first person to get it. You have the first right of refusal, but you do got to send me pictures in return for that. Is that a deal? And most of the time they're like, okay, that's fine. And so they take pictures of the house, right? Fine. The next one is basically you can get a BPO agent or basically a broker price option photographer or hire a photographer, take professional pictures. It's pretty expensive. BPO agencies sometimes do it for like 70, 75 is like the cheapest I've seen. But not that bad. Unless you're actually like really professional with it. It's a little costly when you're doing a lot of deals. There's what, if you're like, I mean, if you do it at the level that I am, it's fine. But like, I don't think for most beginners, don't do it. And the next one's like, you got no money, right? You can do a JV partner. I'm virtually wholesaling Greenville, South Carolina. I can't get pictures. I got no cash, right? I'm going to go and find a local wholesaler in Greenville that I can trust. I know there's trust involved on this. We're going to get the deal. We're going to sign a JV agreement. He's going to go out and take pictures for me and then find a cash buyer. And then we're going to split the deal 50-50. That is an option. Right? Is it my preferred one? Probably not if you have buyers already set there. But it is an option I truly believe you should understand. So it's something just think about, right? It is an option to get pictures. I prefer at least 75 pictures and a video walkthrough on the entire house. I know that's weird to say, but I would prefer videos and pictures just so I know what I'm getting into. Videos can really get a big change, right? And so basically, we'll get a cash buyer and we'll lock up the deal. And that's how we kind of do the process there. But basically, once we get that original contract signed, we are going to go to the title company and we're basically going to give the contract to them. And this is another one, like, how do I find a good title company for virtual wholesaling real estate, right? The best way I found virtual wholesaling title companies is just Facebook groups, like legit. So if I'm going out here wholesaling in Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm going to go to the Cincinnati Real Estate Investors Network. I'm going to make a post. Hey, I'm virtually wholesaling in Cincinnati. What are the best title companies for wholesaling real estate? And there's going to be some cash buyers on there. They're going to say, hey, this is the title company I use. They're great. They do a lot of wholesaling transactions. You'll probably get 4 or 5 title companies. Also, if you're like scared to post for some reason, I don't know why you're scared to post, but you can just go to the search tab in these things and search title companies wholesaling. So title companies space wholesaling inside the Cincinnati Real Estate Investors Group, and title companies will just pop up everywhere. This is a good old, and then all these posts, you're going to find like ABC Title Network is going to be like listed like on 5 or 6 posts everywhere. Okay, that's probably a good one to be doing, right? That's how you find the best title companies. It's honestly, it's that or you cold call every single title company. And honestly, I'd rather take a referral from there and do it. So from there, we're going to show properties to cash buyers. How do we do this right? Same thing with pictures. I can hire someone from Facebook or Craigslist to be the person who's going to show the property. I can have a real estate agent. I can pay them to show it. Percentage of the deal. I can have a JV partner do it. You could hire basically a BPO person to go do it. Broker price option on there. If you're not familiar with it, just look it up. But you can do it. Unfortunately, it's not as good as you personally doing it. I get it, but we got to make do with what we can. A JV partner or a cash buyer that has a realtor with them is probably going to be the best when you got no money. I would prefer the realtor, honestly, because the risk reward's pretty good. But yeah, if a realtor tries to screw you, they can lose your license. So I kind of like that. But I'm telling you, showing the property to the cash buyer, the only rule I always have on this is make sure that they know if they talk to the seller, they're going to lose out on the deal. That is my one rule. I'm sorry, but I personally lost a lot of deals by doing that, starting out as a beginner virtually wholesaling. That was a big lesson I had to learn. And once you learn how to overcome that lesson, it's game over. You'll do well. So showing the property to cash buyers, it's not as complicated. You call them up. Hey, I can buy that property for $150. Okay, perfect. What's a good time for me to go by or you to go by and look at the property? Okay, well, I can do 4:00 Wednesday. I call the seller up. I have maybe my JV partner, a realtor to go by at that time. They'll walk through the house, see if it's a yeah or nay. We'll get the assignment of contract signed, basically me signing the contract. So there's basically 2 types of contracts. There is a purchase and sale agreement, and then there is a assignment of contract. The purchase and sale agreement is basically an agreement for me to purchase the property for a certain price. Then the assignment of contract is me selling that contract for a profit. Doing that, it's going to land you your $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 assignment fee, the finder's fee. That's the moolah, baby. It's what we're looking for, right? So how do we find these people? How do we find the people that are going to pay me? How am I going to get paid? How am I going to get that cash? How am I doing it, right? Like, honestly, if you're virtually wholesaling, you want to get a deal as soon as possible, like ASAP, this is what it is. All right. You are going to go to listrei.com, listrei.com, and search PropStream for the cash sales. Let me say it one more time. This is going to be a list from PropStream of every single person that has bought a house for cash in your zip code, in that county, in that city for the past 30 days or the past 4 years, right? You just get a list of people buying houses for cash and you can call them. That's what the cash sales list is. Every cash buyer is on that list. Skip tracing them is a little more difficult, costs some money, or use cheapdealsearch.com or the new service we're coming out soon. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But I can tell you guys, you don't want to miss that one. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channels. But listrei.com is a great source, but you can get a free trial there too. But if you got no money, what's another going on? I honestly would tell you, I would cold call the for rents. Most of these for rents are just rich landlords looking to buy more rental properties. And so if I have a deal locked up in the 44411 area code, I'm going to go to Zillow for rents on the 44411 area code. And I'm going to call all the people that are listing houses for rent. I'm going to get in front of the landlords and ask them, hey, I'm actually not looking to rent out your property. I'm actually a local wholesaler. Are you looking to buy any more properties for cash? Because I actually have a property under contract. I'm trying to sell the contract, and I'll see if you're looking to buy any more for cash. Oh, you are looking to buy more rental properties because you're making all this money renting out property and you want to buy more of them. That's great. And then you have a conversation from there. You can sell it, right? You can actually ask your title companies if they have any cash buyers because they want you to sell your deals. You can also JV the deal. You can actually go to realtors that represent cash sales, like the cash sale list, and then realtors that are the buyer, basically buyer's agents for cash transactions, and they can be cash buyers. There's a million ways to sell your deal. But once you can once you can sell your deals really easy. If you know how to do the strategies and if you're in the right virtual wholesaling market, you'll do fine. The honest truth, and I want you to truly understand this. I truly want you to understand this. If you want to become successful right now, You want to get your first virtual wholesaling deal. You want to get 10 virtual wholesaling deals this year. You want to make 100 virtual wholesaling deals. The only thing that is going to dictate if you get that success or not, it's not me. It's not this YouTube channel. It's not this other guy's YouTube channel. It's not freewholesaling.com. It's you. It's not the weather. It's not the economy. It's some of these external things that aren't you. It all comes down to you. I'm pointing the finger right at you. You're going to be the person that determines how hard you're going to work. You're going to be the person that determines when you want to work, how you're going to work, how smart you're going to work. Are you actually going to do the things I say? I can only be your sensei, right? I can only be your teacher. I can only be the person that I can give you the key. I'm literally handing you a key. You have to take the key, go to the lock, and then unlock it yourself. I cannot unlock that lock for you. I can give you the key, but it's up to you to do the work to go find the lock and then unlock it from there. That's all I can do. So that's why I can sleep at night easy, because I give it to you. It's all up to you. And then a lot of people follow what I say that they do really well. That's why there's no other wholesaler on YouTube that has as many testimonials. Basically, people that got their first deal, or they got a ton of deals, or 100K a year, 100K a month. There's no person that has more than me in wholesaling real estate, because I know what I'm doing and I help as many people as possible. That's why I know what I say and why I have complete confidence when I tell you. It's because I've helped so many people get rich. The question is, are you going to be the next person? And I've seen it time and time and time again. The ones that actually get rich, the people that actually listen to me, they're the ones that consistently show up every single day, have a reason why to show up every single day, and don't stop. They're not lazy bums. They go out here and do the work. They become successful. That's the key. So virtual wholesaling, if you want to learn how to do it, remember, I do have a free wholesaling course. That's kind of where most people learn it. It is at freewholesaling.com. That's how you can learn it. You just got to go to freewholesaling.com and learn actually how to wholesale absolutely for free. Costs literally nothing. That is how you become successful in wholesaling real estate. So what I want to do right here is talk to the people today. I want to do some questions and answers. I want to do some one-on-ones for you. Love to get a pulse on the wholesaling industry, help you guys out. I'd love to see it. One big thing I will let you guys know, we are working on that skip tracing thing. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for it. Maybe it drops in a month, maybe 2 months. I don't exactly know. I can't tell you, but I do want to get you guys a little hyped up. The guru game, they're going to be a little sad after that one, but I got to expose it. I have to. I feel like the people deserve it. I feel like TruePeopleSearch.com is great, but we can't up it. And it forces the paid softwares to actually get better. And I feel like I have a duty to actually do that. And I'm pretty excited for it. So you heard it here first. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, we'll get it going, and I'll show you how to do it. So let's talk to the people here and let's get it going. So Chevelle has a great question here. When cold calling, how many contacts should we be reaching out in an hour? It really depends. If you want to go do 20 an hour, that's great. If you have a bigger dialer, you can do 30. I don't think you're going to get more than 40 an hour. I mean, unless you're really, really good. But I don't think it's going to be that crazy big. Broke investor says, let me show you how a gangster closes. I know how a gangster closes, I'm telling you. It drives me crazy. But if you actually want to be a gangster and a closer, you got to do what I say, and you got to do it with complete confidence. I'm telling you. All right. Let's see here. Luke said TruePeopleSearch.com is not free. Luke, you don't know what you're talking about. You go to TruePeopleSearch.com, put in an address. It's free. Right? Unless they've started paying like today, please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But this is FYI why you shouldn't be listening to every single comment on the internet when it comes to wholesaling real estate. You got to verify this information. Let me know in the comments. TruePeopleSearch.com is free. I literally said it's free. So am I a liar? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they switched it today. But I want you to understand that it is a free website to find people's phone numbers. Just be careful. You get people on the internet that go out here and say, it's not free. And then everyone's like, okay, whatever he said's true. It's illegal to wholesale here. Hey, everyone has their own opinion on the internet. It's ridiculous. It's free. It's crazy. TripleSearch.com, still free. Just be careful what you hear on the internet. It drives me crazy. It's mind-boggling for me that people really hear that and say, okay, that's true, right? Insane. But I'm just telling you, just be careful with it. Let's see here. My relaxed world is upset. Why don't you JV on a deal that is put under contract for the MLS? Well, I'll just tell you the honest truth. At sellmypaper.com, basically people sending me JV deals. Why I do a lot of free wholesaling content. So y'all can send me some wholesaling deals. I make a lot of money on that too, right? But that's never the point. I truly, in my heart, want to help people. Like I'd even do sellmypaper.com until 3.5 years into doing free wholesaling content because I truly believe the main point is helping the people out. But why do I not JV deals that are under contract on the MLS? Because 95% of all deals on the MLS that are put under contract are just trash deals. I hate to say it. It's way worse than an off market. And the problem is people just don't listen to my own advice. And that's like, I used to, okay, send me your MLS deals, but make sure you follow my rules. And they'll send me an MLS, they'll send me an MLS deal and it's not even follow my rule. My rule for MLS deals is it has to be at minimum, has to be 75% of the list price, 75%. So take 25%. So if it's listed for 100, it has to be under contract for below 75 for me even to think about presenting it to a buyer. I got buyers list. I ain't ruining my buyers list for you. And y'all are getting these $100,000 MLS deals and locking up for 95 thinking you're a baller. And you're all screaming like, oh, I'm the man. And then you can't sell the deal and you start crying to me. Oh, I got a discount. You didn't get a discount, man. You got 5% discount and you agree to pay closing costs. That's a net win for the seller and the realtor, man. It's ridiculous. With dual agency, you should at minimum get 15% by just even looking in the direction of someone there. Crazy. Everything by John. What's up, man? How can I get a government list right now to call? Depends where you live. Personally, what I found is you can go either to the clerk of the court website for this pre-foreclosures. You can get liens on there. PropStream just makes it so easy to get the liens. I just kind of prefer that at this point sometimes. But really, there's a lot of ways to do it. Water shutoffs from the utility department. Honestly, I hate to say it, like just go to freeholding.com, my man. You just go to freeholding.com. I show you how to do it. Like I literally like, okay, today we're going to pull the water shutoffs and I just go on my computer and show you. But if you want to do them right now, clerk of the court website or the government office for the list. So if I want to get the tax delinquencies, I go to the property appraiser website for people that are behind on their property tax payments. I mean, there's a million ways to find wholesaling deals. I hate to say it, but 90% of all comments I get on these live streams, if you went to freeholding.com, they're all in there. And I know most of you guys actually go through it, right? And you're asking me a question. I will always answer your questions, but I'm just saying, go to freeholding.com. It's definitely in there. Like, for example, Victor's got a good question here if you went through the probates there, but how do I get a probate list if it's not public info? All probates are public information in the United States of America. I got a flag behind me because you know what's up. They're all, okay? Now, they might not want to give it to you, but what you have to understand is if they say no, there's always a way around. That's how the U.S. works. That's how the U.S. works, okay? They say no here. This whole country is built off, you say no to me, screw you, man. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it my own dang way, okay? So this country is built. And due to the way laws, information, and the Constitution is written, the government has to be transparent with the people, for the people. And because of this stuff, I'm not giving you some patriotic rant, you have a right to this information. So most people that they go to the clerk of the court, people literally do this. It drives me insane. They will go to the clerk of the court, show up, they'll pull up in the car, and they'll say, give me a list of all the probates. And the clerk of the court lady who just got hired 4 months ago out of college is like, what's a probate? And they're like, give me a list of all the probates right now. And people email, give me a list of all your probates. Like, just come on. Like, that ain't going to work. That's not how you go get the right. You go to freeholding.com, you do it. You can go up there and say, hey, how can I get the information for all the probate cases being done at this courtroom or in the clerk of the court. And they're like, oh, okay, you're trying to get information of all the court cases. Oh, here it is. Or let me show you how to do it on the website, right? But you just pulling up being super rude. Give me all the list right now. It's like, come on. Like, these are government employees. You know they don't like working hard. You got to be a little nicer to these people, and they'll help you out. But I'm telling you, the probates are public. I promise you that. If it's not working, you need to go in person. You need to call somebody, or you need to just go to freelisting.com to see the other ways. Another way around that, you can go to the court dockets. So you can actually get a list of all the court cases and basically a schedule out, and the probate information will be on there too. Oh, I need the case ID. Well, you go to the probate dockets. I know I'm talking a little high level right now. Go to the probate dockets. You can reverse the information from there. Where they say, oh, you need to do the individual's name. Well, you can go to death records, which are public, and then you can cross-reference that information, then put the death record name, John Santos, put it in there, and then boom, it'll pop up, right? I know it's a little high level, but there's always, if there's a will, there's a way. And the reason it's good when it's hard to get a probate is when it's very difficult to actually go out here and get the probate information, you actually end up making a lot more money because most wholesalers can't get it, which means once you get that list, you're calling a list that no other wholesaler is getting. That leads to some good wholesaling deals. I'm telling you, it will lead you to a lot of success. You can make a ton of money doing it. So most people don't want to do it. Go to finalizing.com, get you hooked up. So let's do some one-on-ones too. I want to talk to everybody here. I want to have some conversations, see how I can make everyone watching this a better wholesaler and to help you out. So first and foremost, we got Jennifer. What is up, Jennifer?
Oh, hey.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good.
I'm great.
I never thought ever in my wildest
How
dreams
can I help
I'd be
you out
talking
today?
to you. Oh, I'm going to actually, I just went and I paid for the Red X. Have you ever heard of them?
The what?
It's the Red X list or whatever. I'm actually going to be calling them tomorrow.
Okay.
It's the pre-foreclosure. I want to see, they do different lists. You could do expireds, or you
Is
could
that
buy.
a paid service that provides it to you?
Yes.
Okay. Jennifer, have I ever told you to go do that?
No, we never did. But
So what do you think I'm going to say?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think you do know. It's
Yeah,
easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, isn't it? So I'm not, you know what? I have to give you props. You are marketing, and that is better than the vast majority of new wholesalers. So I give you props. Try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Right. And then plus I can always cancel and say, forget it,
Yeah,
but I'm
sure.
just, but they do that dialer thing for you too, and just keep going, and
Try it out.
I'll just try it out and see what happens. And I definitely want to do the virtual wholesaling too.
So you're going to cold call the pre-foreclosures?
Uh-huh.
Jennifer, have you gone to freelisting.com?
No, I haven't gone down. No. Mm-mm.
So just FYI, Jennifer, if you hop on a one-on-one with me and ask me a question, you should go to freelisting.com.
Okay.
I do think that is something you should do because it will help you out a lot.
Okay.
Because when you go to the pre-foreclosure module, one of the first rules of, you know what one of my first rules of pre-foreclosures are?
No, I don't.
I want you to guess. For my 7 years of wholesaling, 2,000 deals, and helping over 100,000 people do wholesaling deals, what's one of my number one rules for pre-foreclosures?
To
Don't cold call them.
Oh, don't cold
call. You know
call
why?
them? Why?
I spent 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight calling every single list under the sun. And I've personally found through my experience that pre-foreclosures are the worst sellers to ever call ever. Because they are getting loan sharks calling them, financial servicing companies calling them, the bank calling them 4 or 5 times a day, other wholesalers, realtors, all these credit repair companies. They don't answer their phones compared to other lists. So you're coming here asking me like I did this, but it's against your rules. What do I do? It's like I have rules because I want you to become successful. And so please prove me wrong. But I do a lot of podcasts. I have a lot of people send me checks, and I post the checks. Not one of them saying I cold called a pre-foreclosure did well. There's some, but the vast majority of them that are doing deals off pre-foreclosures are texting them. So I don't know what to tell you here. I would not prefer you did it. Please prove me wrong.
Okay.
But I'm trying to help you out here.
Right, right. I get it. That's why I wanted to get on. I noticed that you're going to go on live, and I was like, oh, good. So
Okay.
I'll let you know how it goes. I'll try it tomorrow and see what happens, and then I'll give you feedback.
Jennifer, what's the reason for hopping on today? I'm curious.
Oh, I hopped on because I noticed that you're going live, and I wanted to make the calls tomorrow.
Okay.
So kind of
Do you have a
excited.
script?
I was writing a script, you know, what you were saying. So, and then I was going to go
Tell me your script.
on here, and I was just just said, I was just going to say, hey, how are you? I was just going to ask, I was going to tell him who I am, and I just wanted to see if they were needing to sell their house, and if there was anything that I could do for them.
Let's do a role play. Let's see how it goes. If you're calling tomorrow, we're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
Would you rather fail with me or fail with the seller? That's a $30,000 deal.
Now you're making me nervous.
Jennifer, here's the cool part. You only grow when you're uncomfortable.
That's right. Very, very true. Very true.
So I'm trying to help you grow. You came on here to become a better wholesaler, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see what you got.
Okay. Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Zach?
This is him.
Hi, this is Jennifer, and I'm just calling because I was in the area, and I was looking to see if there was anything that I could do for you, and if you were trying to sell your house.
No, I'm not looking for a realtor.
Oh, well, I'm not asking as a realtor, but I work with a bunch of people who are investors in the area, and I was thinking, or just trying to see if there was anything that I could do for you.
Okay. So Jennifer, get rid of the I can do something for you. You got to be a little more direct with people. I'm looking to buy your house for cash. Like, are you looking to clean my house? Are you looking to do some roof work? Like, what do you mean you can do something for me, right? You got to be a little more direct. So let's repeat it again. And let's try it again. A little more direct. Jennifer, you sound like a great person. We got to be more direct with it and let your true self come out. And you'll do well. Let's do it again.
Okay. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Zach?
This is him.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a local in the area. And I was just looking at different properties and just trying to call different homeowners and seeing if they were wanting to sell their house.
Okay.
And if there was a way that I could help you, and I also pay for cash, and I work with different investors in the area. And if there's anything that we could do to help relieve any stress off of you.
Yeah, I would love a massage. Sure. Where's your massage parlor at?
What's that now?
I mean, foot massages help me relieve stress, right? You're trying to relieve stress. I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, I was
Jennifer, we're going to redo this again. Jennifer, I want you to understand you are not providing a masseuse service. You're not you're looking to buy someone's house. So let them know you're looking to buy their house.
Okay.
If I'm looking to buy your car, I'm not going to call you and say, what can I help do with you for a car? What does that mean?
Right.
Hey, my name's Jennifer. I'm local in the area. I'm seeing if you're looking to sell your property. Me and my partner are looking to buy a couple houses for cash. Are you looking to sell it? You got to ask me a question. You were like 15, 20 seconds in there without even asking a question.
Okay.
You got to get straight into it.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Okay. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, is this Zach?
This is him.
Hi, this is Jennifer. I'm a local real estate investor, and I was looking to buy your house for cash. Are you interested in selling it?
See, that was really good. Now, if you got rid of the real estate investor part, that'd actually do even better. But you should go to freeholsing.com for that, honestly. But that's okay. So honestly, I want you to compare that conversation with your first one and see it massively improved in under 4 minutes.
Okay.
You're a lot more direct, you're a lot more personable, and you actually sound more like yourself.
Oh, good.
Right?
Good.
You sounded confused the first couple ones, but the last one you actually sound like more like yourself. I promise you, you practice about 3 or 4 more times, you'll do a lot better.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm hoping so. I
You
appreciate
did great.
it. Maybe we'll
No,
do
Jennifer,
a
the worst thing I can tell you is you're a poopy head.
Huh?
The worst thing I can say is you're a poopy head.
A poopy
That's
head?
it. Like, I mean, people can say worse things, but like somebody can say something mean to you. Screw you. F you. Like, who cares?
Right.
That's it. So the worst is like nothing. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. Go make the calls if you want. I prefer you do other government lists, but try it out. I guess you already paid for it. See what happens.
Okay.
At worst, you gain some good experience, and then come on here. Let me know the results. All right.
I will, for sure.
And go to fuelsom.com.
I will.
All right. Have a good
Right.
one, Jennifer.
Thanks, Zach.
All right. Guys, I tell everyone go to freeholsing.com, and then people still come over here and don't go to freeholsing.com. I don't know what else I can do. But you know what? Jennifer came on here. She had a lot of courage, and honestly, she became a better wholesaler today. And that's better than 99% of people watching this. So I want to give shout out to Jennifer there. Devin, what happened to your hair? You cut your hair?
Yeah, bro, it's all gone. It's too much to handle.
Dude, I used to have like hair down my shoulders, man. I get it.
I remember, dude.
It got hot.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Zach. How about yourself?
I'm blessed, dude. Every day above ground's an amazing day.
That is the truth, man. Hey, so I was reaching out. I wanted to see if you could potentially help me with some like title company issues.
Yeah.
I've got a deal right now that I'm working on, and I had a buyer that put down earnest money on the property. He put like $5,000 down for earnest money and everything. I'm trying to reach out to him, but he will not connect with me. And so we're supposed to close this coming week, and he's not telling me anything. And I'm letting the title company know, like, okay, well, I've got a backup buyer that I'm ready to like just move on the deal with. I've gone over. I don't use your assignment contract. That I think I use Pace Mortgage.
I know for a fact you didn't. I'm not trying to like bust your chops, man, but like
No, it's
my
okay.
contract's like the contract's not even valid till you put the EMD down.
Yeah, no, and exactly. So I have on the contract that it's not valid until earnest money.
It's not
down.
valid then.
Right? No, and so he put $5,000 of earnest money down. But
he did. The buyer put that down.
Yes, he put that down with the title company.
Okay, so what's the issue here? If he doesn't perform, then you just get $5,000. You extend the contract, put the backup buyer in.
Right, and so that's what I was telling the title company. But they were saying even if he doesn't show up past our closing date on the assignment contract, then they can wait 2 weeks, and I have to prove to them that I've reached out to him within the 2 weeks and he hasn't said anything to me, for them to release the earnest money to me, and then for me to move on with another buyer.
I need something in writing from them so they can put it in escrow.
Yeah.
Right. To release to you though. That's actually better than I thought. I would have them talk about it a little more. So you're telling me he can get his EMD back in within 2 weeks if he performs? Well, the contract states this time. So if he doesn't perform the contract, you're going to get that thing back. Or he's going to magically switch back time and then close on that date? No.
Right. And so
you should get that $5,000 back. Dude, $5,000, man. I make a lot of money, dude. I will like $5,000 is gonna like make me sweat a little. Okay. Like someone should show up for $5,000.
And that's what I would have thought. And so I don't know why he's not like I've been connecting with his.
I've had buyers have heart attacks on me, honestly. Like nothing has really surprised. I've done a lot of deals, man. I had a guy have a heart attack, and that was a fun one. I actually gave his EMD back because I felt bad. I mean, there's just like, because he buys a lot of deals from me. I'm like, you're good, bro. Okay, I got the deal done. It's fine, right? You know, you're alive, whatever. But Honestly, unless it's like something tragic, like someone's son or daughter got really sick, like, I mean, I'm keeping that money. Screw
Right. And
you.
so I don't plan on giving the money back, but the title company is saying that like I have to get like even despite what our agreement says, the assignment agreement says, they're saying that I have to get a written signature from him and me releasing the earnest money to me if he doesn't show up to the closing. And the only way that they can release the earnest
You're
money to
actually
me,
right about that.
they're right about that?
Yes. So to get it just released to you, it actually doesn't, it goes into escrow. And then
Right.
unfortunately, the court system, you have to go through that. I hate to tell you, like, it's not that easy how it works. Now,
Despite the contract?
with our contract, the problem is every state's different how that works with
Yeah,
EMD
okay. I'm in
laws.
Texas, so yeah, okay.
And so like it stops people from trying to screw people over, right? Obviously. But it will go in the court system. And I promise you, you spend
Not worth it.
$1 to $2 grand on a lawyer. I know it hurts to say you will get it. But just the thought of them losing $5 grand will stop anyone from trying to screw you. Because it's not that you're going to get the $5 grand, you probably get 3, but he's going to lose 5. And that should stop him from being really stupid here. So he put up that 5, right?
Mm-hmm. I have the earnest money receipt and everything.
You are going to have to assume he's going to close. I hate to tell you. What you need to do is you have to email him, text him, and call him, and make sure you screenshot and show proper documentation.
Okay.
Also, this, just so I can sleep at night, if he's like 15 minutes away, I'll just knock on the dude's door.
That's the thing. He's in Dallas, and so I'm gonna have to make a trip out to Dallas just go knock on his door because I'm in Longview. I'm 2 hours from him.
I don't think it's worth 2 hours. Just being honest.
Yeah.
But if and then also the title company is going to call him, and if he's not answering that, it's like, what's up?
They've emailed him, called. Yeah.
So as long as you have documentation, you will get the $5 grand. You're probably only get 3 after lawyers and stuff. I know, but you have pretty much one of the most cut and dry legal cases ever.
Yeah.
Because all the lawyer can say, you got the most gangster lawyer. Dever never told me. He never showed me proof. Screenshot, right?
Right.
Right. Duh. So you be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And then there's another deal that I'm working, and it's a land deal, but it's the same fella. I sent him a DocuSign with both the properties because he was going to buy both of them. And for the land deal, for the land property on the agreement, it was he crossed out and put X's on his name where it was as for the assignee, as well as like his contact information. And so it didn't like it wasn't a filled out contract. But then he signed it and turned it into the title, or I turned it into the title company, but he only put the earnest money down for the house and not the lot. So I let the title company know, I let my escrow agent know this, and she was like, it doesn't matter, even if you know, I don't think she understands that he didn't put earnest money down, which I don't get, but even if he didn't, she's basically saying if I made the contract like via DocuSign, he signed it without filling it out properly, then despite him not putting earnest money down, I still have to wait the 2 weeks, basically the same process with the house.
It just has to go to escrow, unfortunately.
But there's no
have this crazy lottery system where like you put the MD, it's gone, like it automatically goes to you. No, me and Rick have said it goes to escrow to the courts.
Okay.
Because let's say, for example, Devin.
Yeah.
You are a malicious, terrible person, right?
Sure.
You're a professional scam artist, and you could people under contract, and then you don't let anyone know that the contract changed. You don't let anyone know you moved title companies and all this stuff, and you're just trying to clean everyone's clock.
Okay.
That $5 grand goes to escrow. You have to both parties have to prove why they should get that money,
right?
And then it goes from there. If you're being the scam artist, the guys be like, okay, Devin never told me anything. He never texted me. He never gave me any documentation. This guy's a scam artist. Mm-hmm. Are you? No. You showed everything the proper way.
Exactly.
And then you have to prove from there. It's not a system where it's like, oh, didn't pay, boom, automatically to you. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Trust me. I after like the third or like, there's been 3 or 4 buyers where like they screwed me on some EMD, and I'm like, am I getting my money? No, I have to go through the whole process. It sucks, but it's one of the most clear and cut legal cases. You'll get your money. You'll get at least some money on it. Don't worry.
Right. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. I need to go back through like the entirety of freewholesaling.com. Because I started wholesaling prior to finding you guys, and then I found y'all, and my wholesaling game got a lot better. And so I need to get over my ego and everything, and re-go through your y'all's course, because I
You're
think I'm
good,
going
man.
to start using your contracts and everything as well. So
Talking to me is better than any course out there. I tell you, it's even better than my free course because it's most updated.
no doubt, no doubt. I really do appreciate y'all getting on this thing. Oh, hey, when is the not the free, but the in-person event?
19th and 20th.
Of October. Now, do I need to be a Flip with Rick Plus member to go there?
Okay, so send me a JV deal now. Give me
All
some
right.
cash, or just you can pay just to be in it if you want.
Yeah.
But I prefer send me a JV deal, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd rather
I'd
make.
like to do that.
I'd rather. This is selfish. I'd rather you just make me 10 grand, and then you
I'd
come
like
for
to do
free.
that.
We do a
I'd like to-
$20,000 deal, split it. I make 10, you make 10. You know, it makes me more money. I don't mind that. But
sure.
hey, it's up to you.
Okay. No. I have a goal sheet and everything, and my goal is to hit a handful of JV deals with you and Rick before the end of this year. So I'd like to definitely do that.
All right, man. I like it.
Awesome. All right, Zach.
Good work,
Appreciate it.
bro. Appreciate it.
All right. See you.
All right. Like it. All right. So let's see here. Next we got Joshua. What's up, man?
Hey Zach, how you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Hey, I've got a question here. I just did a deal with one of my cash buyers like 3 weeks ago, and it kind of went sour, because there was like a weird water issue that the city didn't tell us on it.
Okay.
So he's kind of losing money on the deal. So should I give him like a discount on like my next deal that comes through, or how would you handle that?
So there's risk on this, right? I mean, there's always risk with the buyer. I would probably give him something on the next deal. Not like give away your entire assignment fee or something stupid to make. Like, it's not your job. It's his job to say yay or nay on the deal, right?
Yep.
But I mean, I probably would give him preferential treatment, or one of your really good deals where you know the buyer's going to make money, but they got to put some work in. Give it to him. Let him know, hey, man, I feel bad that deal went bad. You have the first right on this one, on this deal. I'm going to sell it for 95. I'll give it to you for like 88.
Okay.
But if you say no to this, Mr. Cashback, I'm going to go to 95 and I'll probably sell it.
Okay.
There's some salesmanship to it, you know, but I just something like that. I'd probably give him honestly $5,000, not 7, but that's just me. Something like that. So he keeps buying from you.
Okay. Gotcha. The next one is like I'm working on a deal. It's kind of like a creative deal, but do you ever like take like an assignment like when your cash buyer actually like finishes off the deal, like you JV with them, and then when they get profit or whatever on the deal, they cut you a check, or how would you go about something like that?
So like how I go about a JV?
Well, it's not, it's kind of like a JV deal. It's just the seller's in a really tough spot, and like I know I can make a really good chunk of change. Like I could take like a small assignment right up front, or I can make like 20 grand if I just wait until the actual flip is completed.
Explain that again. I'm trying to understand. Like you're going to get paid after the flip is done? That's not how you wholesale.
Correct. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to make it look like a really good win-win for the actual seller, and then to kind of save the cash buyer from having to get like a larger hard money loan up front on the deal.
So if you're going to wholesale this, the point of wholesaling is get the cash quick. And now here's the cool part, Joshua. When I sell a wholesaling deal, who do I usually sell them to?
Cash buyers or like investors and stuff like
Cash
that.
buyers.
Yep.
Did I say hard money buyers or did I say cash buyers? These are guys with
Yes.
cash. We're making money off of them. They're going to make money. We're going to make money. That's the point. I'm not here to do deals with hard money unless it's like a tight deal. I get like they're crocodile tears for me, man.
Okay.
So the hard money buyer, hey, you take it or not, right? And it's going to be a fat assignment fee for myself. I'm sorry, but you're still going to make money on the hard money loan. Most guys,
Okay.
it's cash though.
Gotcha. Yeah, my market's a little bit smaller, so we don't
So yeah, you can
have
do
like
it,
true cash buyers
but
out
like
here.
at that point, man, then you got risk, dude. We wholesale so we don't have the risk, right? I know the wholesaling business seems risky, but like you're not buying the house for 150 grand. You're not putting 50 grand in renovations and seeing how the market deals with it, right? You're not doing any of that stupid stuff. What you're doing is you get zero risk. You get the good deal, you work your butt off doing that, and then you get rewarded for it.
Okay.
And so you putting all this risk in the deal, man, you could get nothing, man. You work too hard for that.
Gotcha. Alrighty, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, you
Just
already had
kinda-
another buyer lose money on a deal, right? That probably saved your butt if you're going to flip it yourself. So you're doing it not for the risk, man.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, fair enough. Well, those are my questions then today.
All right. Well, keep it up, man. If you got any more questions, you know how to reach out to me.
Sounds good. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Awesome. All righty. Next here we got Joel. What is up, man?
Oh man, it's been a while.
I know,
What's
man.
going
How are
on?
you?
It's going. Hey man, well, thank you again, man, for doing all this. You're always helpful. I have two questions. So one of them was, I started doing cold calling because I was doing text messaging for a while, and then I got into some other situations. I had to kind of cut that off. So I started doing cold calling, but I've been doing the skip tracing through PropStream, and there's been just a lot of dead ends, just disconnected numbers, no answer type of things. So I started doing driving for dollars. So also, I've done probably like, I don't do it too often, but I kind of search for the vacant properties and I go and I put the sticky notes up there. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing. I haven't really gotten no calls on that. But I was trying to, I mean, I was trying to, ask if your deal was better with, like, have you gotten better results with batch leads, like skip tracing or prop?
Joel, I've used Batch. I've used PropStream. I've used X service. They're all just tools, man. And so I hate to tell you, it's like you asking me, like, is the Home Depot shovel or the Lowe's shovel is going to do? I'm like, I guess the Home Depot shovel's got better titanium. Like, dude, it's not going to give you the big edge, man. And if it was, I would tell you.
Yeah. No,
It's more about the list you're doing, the script you're doing. The skip tracing can only be so good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can do batch, but like it might be 5-10% better. Like, is that going to really change the game for you? Probably not.
No. Yeah.
And like, I would love to tell you like this is a game changer, but it's not, man.
Yeah.
The bigger game changer is probably going to be changing up your channel or changing up your list.
Okay. Because I'm literally I'm in Tampa. I know that there's a lot of, there's a lot of movement going on. Like I'm literally, it seems like I'm calling houses that already been like literally like just recently flipped. Or, I'm like looking at houses that are vacant on PropStream. I drive by and like someone is literally like working on the house. You know what I mean? Like,
Joel, do you want to make an excuse or get some results?
No, I'm telling you, I'm.
What do you want? Tell me.
Oh, results, obviously.
You want results? Okay, let's go. Let's give solutions. All right.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I need to just refine because I'm literally just sticking with either like vacant land and vacant properties, but I'm just keeping it so broad that maybe like just the system is somewhat behind on the houses that I'm looking at. I don't know.
Joel, let's get some solutions. All right. First and foremost, in Tampa, how many actual buyers have you talked to in the past 2 weeks?
In the last 2 weeks, probably about
actual buyers.
3. I would say 3.
With proof of funds and everything?
No proof of funds though. No proof of funds.
So
but
the answer is zero.
I've done
you have zero qualified buyers.
I've literally went and talked to like actually like 2 houses down from my house. They somebody like just flipped it, and I went and I talked to the person, and I'm like, hey, do you buy other houses? And he's like, yo, this is my guy's number. He buys houses. I mean, I didn't get any
You
proof
didn't
of
talk to the guy. Joel, the truth, you've talked to, in the past 2 weeks, talked to 0 qualified buyers. I think that's one of your bigger problems. You don't know what areas to be going after. And you're kind of going all over the board.
I am.
You need to be at 2 to 3 qualified buyers a week. Think about this. They're going to tell you where to go do the deals.
Yeah.
The problem is I can't niche out. I want to be like, okay, this area, this area, this area. And then we're going to go in that area. We're going to niche it out like crazy. Get the most niche list pot and go after that area. Ham. Right? You don't have to be the expert in Tampa to get all the deals in Tampa. You can be the expert in the area code inside of there. You can do that. Right? And so I need you to find some qualified buyers first, which are pretty easy to do in Tampa. On top of that, too, let's talk about marketing for a second. You watch this whole live stream?
I got in like 20 minutes late.
No, that's fine. Just why I'm asking you, because I did say this. How many digital bandit signs have you put out the past 2 weeks?
None.
Okay.
I haven't touched that at all.
Let me ask you another question. How many wholesalers in your local market have you talked to the past 2 weeks?
None.
None. Okay. So those are 2 great ways. Sorry, screw it. 3 great ways to find your next wholesaling deal. Number 1, build up a good cash buyers list, which you don't have. You're not following up with it. Not saying anything bad.
Yeah.
Let's talk. This is why you took way too long to talk to me. Okay. I get your butt back in the driver's seat. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Start getting some results. So first, we're gonna build up a buyers list. Right. Number 2, Joel, you're gonna go in the comments right now, and you're gonna let everyone know my name is Joel. I have 7 qualified buyers itching to buy. Once you get there, you're going to find people that get, because your number 1 complaint was people already have him under contract. People already have the deal, right? Why don't we flip that problem into a way to make money? I got all these wholesalers who have deals that can't sell them. You are going to be the JV guy that goes in the comments and say, I got all these buyers. And then boom, you're going to do JV deals.
Got it.
5,
Yeah.
10, $15,000 deals. Boom. Split in half, right? Get some money coming in, right? That's just really quick. Like why I asked you that question. Next, we're going to start posting digital bandit signs. I said in the live stream, 90 to 95% of everyone watching this hasn't even posted 1 digital bandit sign, not 1 a day for a month straight. It works, dude. It works.
Yeah.
There's Tampa groups in Facebook for the 40,000 people.
Yeah. I'm in there, but I'm like,
you're not doing it.
Yeah. I'm in like the background. I see everyone's posts and I'm like, okay, I'm just reading what people
Joel,
are posting.
What was the question I asked you in the beginning?
I'm not taking action.
Do you want to get results or make excuses? And you say you want to get some results. So I gave you a game plan right there.
Yeah.
And the reason why is I'm a big data guy. So I see what you're doing is currently not working, right?
Yeah.
We'll try something else, see if it works.
Okay.
And I knew it's most people don't want to do it. But I want you to start doing it. I want to see what happens from there, okay?
Okay.
Got a lot of people watching these live streams. Got a lot of people on Facebook. Got a lot of people everywhere. It's a lot of JV. Dude, you can make $100,000 in JV deals in Tampa if you really want to get crazy on it.
Pretty crazy, yeah. It is pretty crazy.
After, man.
The other thing was that I've actually talked to a couple people, just doing the cold call, because honestly, I get out of work pretty late, like 5 o'clock. By the time I get here, it's like 5:30, 5:20 to my house. So I like immediately have been jumping in and calling directly from the prop stream list that I have. And I've gotten in touch with a few people, but I mean, like, I'm talking about probably like 70% of those numbers are like either disconnected or they just ring, go to voicemail. One of them was kind of funny because he's like, hey, he's like, send me an offer. And I'm like, well, I haven't seen the house. I kind of give him like I was trying to give him the pitch, the buying the car pitch. And he's like, well, I've updated certain things in the house. You can see that all in like in the online with the county or whatever. And he's like, then send me an offer, which to me I mean, I did what would Zach think? You know what I'm saying? I got in your shoes and I was like, what would Zach think about this guy? And to me, he didn't seem like he was motivated, because that's what he said, and he just like kind of hung up. He's like, call me back with an offer because I've done things and you should have this if you're calling me. And then he hung up, and I'm like, I've never heard of, a way to like get that kind of information. I don't know if
Did
you
you do MCTP? Like, did he want to hear the condition, or you just wanted an offer?
No, I was like, hey, I'm
Motivated sellers are okay with you going through MCTP.
yeah.
If he wasn't willing to go, it's probably not a good offer.
Okay,
Not a
so
good deal.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt, because I was like, hey, I give him exactly. I literally have your
He
cold
doesn't
call.
want to sell for a discount, man. That's why he's
Yeah.
doing it.
He's
He
like,
just wants an offer and make him feel like, oh, is my property worth this or not?
yeah.
That's it.
And then I had another one that I literally, like, I was driving for dollars. It wasn't in my list. It was just a house that just looked really bad. There was no car there, blah, blah, blah. And it just seemed like it was bad. Like the grass was like, you couldn't get through, to get to the front door. So literally I skip traced it right there, and I called them. It went to like, it rung a couple times. It went to voicemail. And then, I sent them a text, like literally right after, and like their response was like, yeah, but do you have a what is that called? A POF, proof of funds? Yeah. He's like, do you have a proof of funds? And I was like, I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you had a buyer, you would.
yeah, that's true. Okay. Shit.
I gave you a game plan, man.
Yeah. And that was like, that was,
we can debate this all day. We can do this over T-Man. You just gotta do the work.
no, that's completely fine. I was just kind of stumped, because I was like, I've never had. I mean, when I used to do the text messaging, when I used to do the text messaging, no one really asked me for for a proof of funds just like that. But it seems like they've been reached out, before or something, because they're like, oh, if you have a proof of funds, we can talk.
Joel, you let that stop you from getting that deal.
No, I was like, oh, what do I do?
The seller didn't stop you. You stopped yourself.
Yeah.
So it's not the other wholesaler stop. It's you stopped yourself. It comes back to you, man.
I gotta get the buyers. I gotta get those buyers.
Dude, it ain't hard, man. Cash sales, for rents, title companies. You can look up people doing deals right. Realtors, cash sales with realtors, property auctions, buyers of property auctions. This goes on and on forever, man.
Okay.
Get to work.
I'm gonna get to work on the buyers for sure.
All right.
I
better hear some results in the next couple of weeks, man.
All right, sounds good, man. I appreciate
actually, no, let me tell you the answer to the questions to the test. So you have this, how many qualified buyers you got the past 2 weeks? How many digital bandit signs have you posted on Craigslist and Facebook groups independently? And the most important part is how many wholesalers locally have you talked to that are going to start sending you deals?
Okay, that's the big one.
You're not going to attract the JV people without the buyers. So
yeah,
they will come.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right, man.
Honestly, I didn't see that. That's where I know that people just ask questions, but obviously seeing it from like a different angle, because you have the experience. Like I've literally personally spoken to these guys. I didn't ask them for a proof of funds or anything, but they're like literally, like they buy houses, and I didn't even think about getting them down and getting like the JV, going through, and that was a good idea. I appreciate it.
You're switching your biggest weakness you see in your market into a strength. That's the point of it.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for thinking.
Bro, I see every market, man. I don't like personally. I'm not going to create a virtual wholesaling operation inside of Tampa, but I can make a whole JV operation in Tampa because I can find the buyers, right? So that's the point, man. Make the weakness the strength. You got this, dude.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, keep it up.
All right.
Awesome. Joel became a better wholesaler today. A lot of these people watching today, they are becoming better wholesalers. So if you want to become a better wholesaler, go below to freeholston.com. Learn how to hop on these one-on-ones. Talk to me. I post them in the comments here. And I'm telling you, you'll become a better wholesaler. Guys, Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you guys soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out.